What if you became king at just 9 years old? In the middle of a civil war? This is the story of Henry III, England's longest reigning medieval king, a ruler shaped by faith, rebellion, and political crisis. Henry III ruled England for 56 years, but his reign was anything but peaceful. From rebellion to reform and from devotion to disaster, here's how his rule changed English history forever. Henry was born in 1207, the son of King John, the king forced to sign Magna Carta. When King John died in 1216, England was collapsing into civil war. French forces had invaded. Rebel barons were fighting for control. At just 9 years old, Henry was crowned king. Because he was so young, England was ruled by powerful guardians, especially the legendary knight William Marshal. To restore peace, they reissued Magna Carta, promising limits on royal power and calming the rebellion. Henry was deeply religious. He admired Edward the Confessor and believed strongly in the divine right of kings. His greatest architectural legacy? Rebuilding Westminster Abbey in magnificent Gothic style. He spent vast sums turning it into a spiritual masterpiece, a symbol of sacred kingship. But this devotion came at a price. Henry's spending grew excessive. He funded foreign relatives, rewarded favorites, and attempted ambitious foreign policies. To pay for it all, he raised taxes. The barons grew frustrated. They felt ignored. Exploited in 1258. They forced Henry to accept the provisions of Oxford, reforms that limited his power and created a council to oversee the government. One powerful noble, Simon de Montfort, led the rebellion. This conflict became known as the Second Barons' War. In 1264, Henry was captured in battle. England was ruled by Montfort. But Henry's son, the future Edward I of England, escaped and regrouped loyal forces. In 1265, Edward defeated and killed Simon de Montfort at the Battle of Evesham. Henry was restored, but his authority was permanently weakened. Henry III died in 1272, after 56 years on the throne, one of the longest reigns in English history. Though often seen as weak or overly pious, his reign helped shape constitutional government. The struggles between king and barons laid foundations for the development of Parliament. His son Edward I would rule with far greater strength, but Henry's turbulent reign changed England forever. Henry III was not a warrior king like his son. He was a king of devotion, vision, and political struggle. And sometimes the quiet reigns leave the deepest marks on history. If you enjoyed this deep dive into medieval England, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment who we should cover next.